ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Roundtable. Look, even the puppy is here today for this adventure. Well, if you're listening to us, you don't see the dog. But if you're watching us on YouTube, on Broadway World, or on social media, then you will see the dog. So that's just the way to make you do it. Watch all the streams. Just keep watching, like a rerun back in the day before DVR, which is before our next guest time. Because Dallas James Pritt seems young compared to my old 41-year-old self. And he has a brand new single, his first debut single. But I did a deep dive and I realized that he's acted on CMT with Billy Ray Cyrus. I've found out that he's worked at maybe not Knoxbury, Cedar Park, the one with all the roller coasters in the middle of America, that one, and all sorts of things. We're going to stream his music. We're going to hear all about it. Dallas James Pritt makes his Roundtable debut. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I was reading about you and your website and your information. You have done a lot of different things.
Yeah, I have.
So where are you from, Dallas?
I grew up in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Well, I'm coming to you right now from Detroit, Michigan, which...
No way.
Yeah, because, I'm a New York, Jersey kid, but I moved here this summer to get married to my husband. And I didn't realize, being such the East Coast snob, that Ohio was so close to the Michigan.
Yeah, like just a few hours. I actually had a job and a gig up there in Detroit, so I miss it. I love Detroit.
Well, come in, we'll have pizza and hot Little Caesars hot and ready or whatever is out here. I'm still learning. So you come from Ohio, and then at what point in your life did you say, hey, I want to, go be in show business?
Pretty early. When I was a kid, this is like embarrassing, but it's a true story. We had the Barney DVD, right? Or not, it wasn't DVD at the time, VHS. The Barney VHS, and they had this like advertisement at the very beginning of Cats the Musical, the VHS that they filmed in the West End. Yes. No joke. And I was obsessed with this. And like, as like a little like 6-year-old, 7-year-old, I learned all of that Gillian Lynn choreography. I wore out the VHS. They had to buy a new one for me because the old one didn't work anymore. And like, I got in trouble in like daycare for like taking markers and like making whiskers on my face. Like, I was obsessed. And it was like from that moment on, I was like, I'm going to do musical theater. I don't care what this is, or like, I want to wear a unitard and dance and sing and be weird. And that was like it. And then from there, it just kind of spiraled and snowballed, and here we are. But like, that was like the first exposure I ever had to something like that. And I was like, this is amazing.
I understand. I can relate. It's funny. A lot of people talk about Cats, and Cats get this reputation, I guess because of the movie and whatever. But like, I scammed my way to see Cats with my parents. My parents, it was their wedding anniversary. I wanted to see it. And so I made my aunt buy us tickets to see it on Broadway. My parents did not want to see Cats or asked to see Cats, but I wanted to. So then I just put it under the guise that for their 25th wedding anniversary or 20th wedding anniversary, we would all go see Cats. You have to, you have to try to find a way, Dallas.
I love, and listen, I'm jealous because I never got to see it on Broadway. So I'm jealous.
Well, I'm sure we'll be back. It is. I mean, you got to go see now the ballroom Cats.
I know, which I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it because I want the tails. I want like, I need that choreo. I don't know. I've heard really good things, but I feel like I'm such like a purist, and it's like my childhood will be ruined. But like, it may be great. I don't know.
It was really fun. I mean, but if you are ready for Rum Tum, like you want the original, then this may not be for you. But what I love about your journey, are you coming to us from Florida right now?
Yeah, I am.
And are you allowed to say, like, do you still work for that big company?
I do work for the Mouse, yes.
So you're a cast member.
Yes.
Will you come back? Because I want to talk about the single and all that, but like, I want you to come back, and I'm not going to ask you controversial questions or the secrets about what's it like underground in Disney. I don't want you to get in trouble. And we've done work with Disney on Broadway, and I love the Mouse, but I want to know, like, how did that happen? And you're in Frozen, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can say all of that. That's okay.
Frozen Olaf. He's Olaf in Frozen. And the one in, you're not Olaf.
No, I'm not Olaf. No.
Your
I
tell
play.
me.
I play. I'm the cover of one of the standby subs for Sir Eric, who's not in the movie. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I read your
No.
resume and that you were Olaf in another something. And
Yes.
see, I'm getting it right, kind of.
You're killing it. You're killing it. I'm impressed. You know all of this.
So my question to you is, how long have you worked for the Mouse, and when did you start the amusement park theme park journey?
Okay, good question. So I actually just celebrated my 2-year Frozen anniversary 2 days ago, 3 days ago, which is the longest I've ever done a show in my entire life. Uh, but LOL at the theme park thing, because I literally made a joke, maybe like it was 2017 is when I finished, I did Cedar Point. That was number 5 for me for theme parks. So I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm done with theme parks. I was like a singer dancer in all the production shows. And so I was like, I want to be doing more like book work and like, acting, right? And so I was like, I'm never doing this again unless I'm at Disney or something, but that'll probably never happen, was like the slough off comment that I made. And then LOL, here we are. And I'm at Disney. And I am in a show that is not really a singing show. I sing a little bit in the show, but it's more of an improv, comedic show. Half of what we do, we make up on the spot in the show, which is a blast. Yeah. And
Really?
so it's like SNL meets Disney. It's an absolute blast. Yes.
Well, I have my cousin Adrian, who
Okay.
is a Disney fanatic, annual pass holder, Disney Vacation Club. There's a tattoo of Mickey Mouse somewhere on her body. She is coming to Disney, and I'm going to next week or 2 weeks, and I'm going to have to tell her to check out the show. I'm sure she's seen it because she goes 765 times a year, but I'm going to have to tell her. And if you're on over the next like 15 days, I have to have her come see you.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I'm on the next couple weeks.
Oh, then she's going to be there. Her and her husband, like they honeymooned there. They had like their wedding song was A Whole New World. There's like those Disney people. Yes.
I love it.
And she gets very excited when I have a Disney person on because, Dallas, for the people who love Disney and the people out here in the world, like you're it. Like you are, like it is a giant part of people's day life and their joy.
Truly. And you don't realize that until you do it. And then you start to see, like, I think the coolest part about my job is like, one, we get stopped a lot because we have to exit through the park, or we get to visit the parks just like a normal person. So we get stopped a lot, and you get to hear. Just the other day, like I had a family from Brazil stop, and like their English was not great, but it was like we got to like just communicate, and how special that show, like those 30 minutes of our production that they came to, meant to their day. And it was just like, how cool is this? Like, we have a lot of Make-A-Wish kids come into the show, and like it just makes you feel often, and for our art, right, we feel like we're just doing something silly or like is like so self-gratifying, but you really feel like at Disney you are doing something that is impacting other people in a positive way. And I think that's what I love about the job. It's a really cool thing. It really is.
Well, we are here, and we are here for the whole experience. And I'm also here for you. Dallas, I said to you in an email, like, I love people who take initiative. I love people who hustle. When I put out my first single, when I put out my first music, I used to hustle and just try to get on everything and anywhere and just listen, and please listen to my song. And Dallas, you inspire me as well, because Dallas is on the hustle with his first single out that is called Somehow Beautiful to Me, which is, you can stream right now. It's out and about. Not only that, but it's got thousands and thousands of views on TikTok, thousands and thousands of views on Instagram, and it's available wherever music is heard. Tell it, what is the song? Who worked on you with it? What made you come up with this song?
Okay, so this happens to me every so often, where I just had this like thing I couldn't let go of, and it was doing a song. And I was like, I just want to do it. And I had a friend who was like, okay, like, who would you want to write this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I had like a list of like 5 people. And the person I kept going back to was Joey Contreas, because I just love Joey's work. And like, he doesn't like that I say this, but I listened to it in like middle school and high school. And we pitched it for like, when I was in my BFA program for musical theater, we pitched it as one of our showcase songs. And like, I love Joey's work. And so that's the name that I kept going back to. And I've had mutual friends, obviously, in the biz who've worked with them. And someone was like, just ask. Like, the worst you can say is no. So I like had this like ballsy email where I was just like, hi, Joey, you don't know me, but I would love for you to write a song for me. And I saw that he saw the email, or it was like, I think it was Facebook. I don't remember what I sent it on. And then not even like 2 hours later, he was like, let's talk. And I was like, what? And so, yeah. And then that just kind of spiraled. And then we met in New York, because I'm up there usually like once a month or every 2 months. And we just went to a coffee shop, and I sat down with his husband, and then we were like, okay, we want to do a music video. And we just kind of just started spitting out all these ideas. And then it was like, well, let's talk about what you want. And I literally brought, no joke, my therapy notes to talk through like past traumas and like topics that I think would be helpful and important. And I was like, I'm a character actor. Like, I do a lot of schmacky, like tongue-in-cheek stuff, and I want to do a ballad. Like, let's do something different. And then that's kind of what happened. And that started, it was July of last year. The email was sent. We met in September. And then we recorded everything in April of this year. So it was like this 9-month kind of process. But yeah.
Recording music is not fast usually. And it takes a lot, especially original music in a studio in the modern times and days. And you have someone who writes an original song. If you all, are not as musical theater nistas like we both are, Joey has written songs and has his songs sung by a lot of people who have been guests on this show, like Andrew Barthelman, and we love Lauren Allred to pieces, and all of these people that are like powerhouse vocalists. And Dallas, you have a powerhouse, you tenor sing, you belt and skrelt your face off out here.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. It was fun.
How was it to record in the studio as opposed to on a stage? And what was it like to then lip sync for your life and make a music video?
I love that you know that, because no one knows that that's what happened. I was like, oh no, that's not live. But so a story that I've been telling recently is Natalie Weiss, who I figure all the musical theater fans and gods know. But she was one of the vocal consultants on the single. And I had just finished the night before at her house, and it was a terrible coaching. Like, I was really flat in certain areas. And I'm like such a mental person. So when I hit a roadblock, I can't get over it. And I was just like, why is this not working? And then it makes everything else not work. We're working on it through therapy, right? But as you do, yeah. And so that night before, I was just like, should I do this? Like, I sucked. Like, this is not going to work. And Natalie was like, come back tomorrow morning. So I came back the next day. It was better. And I was like, okay, maybe this isn't a terrible idea, but I was like, I've already invested so much time and money, et cetera, into this. So I had to do it at that point. But going into the studio was like super nerve-wracking. Joey could tell that I was like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, we're going to see what happens. It was kind of one of those things where I like to go in and feel like, okay, I got this. We're good. And I did not walk in that way at all. And then we did the first take, and as soon as they cut, Joey screams at the top of his lungs, like, oh my effing God, like, that was amazing. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I was just like, oh, it was? I was so taken back. And it was great because at that point, the pressure was off. I was like, okay, we're good. He was like, we've got it. If that's all that we get today, we have the song, it's done. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. So that part was great because I did not expect that one, but also was like, oh, finally, the work paid off kind of thing. And also you get to go back and redo things, which we did. We even played with alternate melody moments and I want to add a riff here? Or did we feel like that was, as stripped down as we wanted to be in an intimate moment or whatever? So we just played with different colors and shades. And it was just so fun. It was something I'd never done before. But that's where I really praised Joey, because he kind of held my hand through that process where I was like, I don't know, this is not my world, So it was really cool. I feel like now that the Band-Aid's been ripped, I could totally do it again.
Will.
I hope so. I hope.
It's addictive. I mean, it's a very expensive hobby. It's very expensive, but yes, it's a calling card now for the rest of your career. People will hear this and listen and discover it. And it's such a feat to be able to say you recorded and released your own single, original music with a heavyweight songwriter, and then, and put the video out. You should be really proud of yourself.
Thank you. It really is cool. I've had to pinch myself multiple times. I heard it play. There's a UK show tunes radio, and I was driving down the road because I knew it was going to play, and I heard a cast album before it. Then I heard my song and I just bawled, and I was like, how cool is this? Like, you know, I saw a quote the other day that was like, you only have like 2 people in your life that you need to impress. And the first one is like your 7-year-old self. And the second one's your 90-year-old self. And I was like, oh my God, I just did that. Like, if I died tomorrow, like, I feel like I've done things that I wanted to do. And like, how cool. Like, I feel so cool that I got to do something like that. Like, it's still really cool.
I'm proud, and I've listened to it. It's on my Spotify playlist, and you can listen to the video. You can watch the video on YouTube, and you can go to your Instagram as well, which is it's the Dallas James Pritt. It's going to be below us wherever you're watching us. The link will be right below us so that you can follow and see what's next, and you can listen to the links are there for you to listen to the single or watch the video. Is something like recording more music and putting out an album or finding more covers, or what is the next thing on your bucket artist list?
I mean, I feel like I got to do another one. That was one thing Natalie said to me. She was like, you realize like you have to do another now, right? And I was like, girl, I'm just trying to pay for the first one at this point. My credit card's like, it's going to be a little bit, but I don't know. I definitely want to do another one. And maybe with Joey, but I feel like I want to collaborate with some other people. So I don't know. I mean, Pasek and Paul is like somebody I just love their work. So that would be super fun. Probably a pipe dream, but you know, so was Joey. So I don't know, you know, but yeah.
I hear you. Well, you're in it to win it. And that's all it takes. I will say this. When I made my album during the pandemic, the week we were supposed to go in and record Unfinished Business was the first week that COVID shut everything down. We recorded it virtually. It took 5 million years because everyone had to puzzle piece it together. But when that's out, like that's out forever. And people still reach out and find it, or people hear it, or you can do shows, and Dallas can be at, 54 Below soon singing his own material and songs that you're single. Like that's the goal, and that's the dream. And the first step, you're way ahead of 99.9% of everybody else in the world. So you're on it.
I appreciate you saying that. I do feel like this industry is so hard to find your path, but B, I feel like now more than ever, we have to create our own in a way. Like, because I think there's so many different, at least for me, I don't really fit a mold or a type, or I don't really, you know what I mean? I'm always a square peg trying to go into the round hole that sometimes casting is like, I don't know. I've had so many agents in New York be like, he's too niche. And I'm like, what is that? That doesn't make sense to me, but sure. So I feel like I've had to like consistently find what my path is. And sometimes that means I'm just creating my own work. Sometimes that means I'm hoping a new project comes that I fit for, thankfully here at Frozen, the role I'm in was a perfect fit for me. But that's so rare. And that's why I wanted to do the single, because I'm like, I'm the funny guy. Let's do something different. Right. So,
right. Well, what I love so much is that, you make the S. And I say that about I'm not trying to talk about me. I'm sorry.
Dallas. No, but please do.
I was doing Equity, Summer Stock in the Jersey Shore. It was a piece of garbage show. Like, I'm literally the unprofessional actor, Dallas, who my brother was in the front row, was in the round, and it was like a cocktail table. It was that Sinatra My Way.
Yeah.
Garbage. And I literally was sitting in the chair, frozen, because it was not my time to sing. And I looked at my brother and I said, please save me from this show. And I realized as people would walk out in the middle of it was terrible. And I literally realized, like, I don't have to wait for someone to say yes and then do what they want. I can create my own project, and I don't have to sit around and wait for the phone to ring. Like, we as artists, you have a creative spirit, and you did it. And you're working and you're doing it at the same time. So come on, Dallas James Pritt.
Oh, you're so I appreciate you saying that. Like, your email when you said thank you for hustling, or no, you didn't say thank you, but like way to hustle, or I forget your exact phrasing. But I was just like, like he sees me, he gets me.
I get it. I used when I put my single out, I used to send DMs to every person. I was shameless, and it's hard because you kind of have to be like, some people are going to ignore me. I may turn people off, but if I don't ask, who's going to do it for us?
It's so true. It's so true.
So that people, America, or the very random following that we have in Czechoslovakia, if that's even a country, somewhere weird. I don't know. In Germany, listen, Germany, Dallas James Pritt is here, and music is available. And even if you don't speak English, and you could still feel the emotion and the love and the orchestration and the single that's available wherever music is heard, Even in Germany. I don't know why people listen in Germany, but I take it. Somehow beautiful to me. What is it? What is the message? What do you think the song's like? What do you want us to feel when we finish listening to it?
I think I want there to be some hope at the end of the day, because I think we all go through rough struggles in our life, no matter what they may be. And I think it's basically giving you permission to feel, one, that yeah, things suck and we all go through these spirals, we all have these moments, but at the end of the day, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. It's going to take a little bit and you have to work really hard to get there, but it is possible. And I think that was the thing we really wanted to like hit home, was like, yeah. And I have had many struggles. Like I said, I took my therapy notes to our writing session, but like at the end of the day, we wanted to leave people with this feeling of like, okay, we can do this. And that is the truth. We all can do this, no matter how big or how strong the obstacle is.
Well, my therapist has a shore house thanks to my insurance money. And so I am all for therapy. It's necessary and vital.
Amen.
And I am all for sharing and using art as a way to heal and to move forward. I implore people listening to us on BPN or on social media or wherever you're listening to us right now to please stream the single, save it, send it to somebody who needs an uplifting moment. Watch the video, because videos also cost a lot of money and take a lot of time. So make sure you support it, share it. And if you know somebody who's going through a tough time or needs a little uplifting moment, then Dallas's song is for them. So make sure you share it with a friend today. I need to find out more about you. Like, I need to get your, like, offline. I'm going to have to email you and tell you when my cousin's going to be in Disney World. She will fan out. Like, she will want a selfie. She will be she's a Disney.
I love this. I'm sure she is a fan of the show. It's most people's favorite show, at least in Hollywood studios where I work.
I love the Hollywood studios, Dallas.
It's my favorite.
I like the old great movie ride. I like the old one with Indiana Jones and the man jumps on and steals the cart. And then, I'm from that age.
Oh, everyone is. It's just not there anymore.
Come on. But it's cute. There's still a Wizard of Oz moment in there. It's cute. It's just not,
Well, that ride doesn't even exist anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah, I know. We're all really sad because like every actor in that park is like, oh man, like this was like Hollywood, and it's lost a little bit of that flair. But yeah, we all miss it.
Okay, but we love the mouse, and we appreciate.
We do love the mouse,
and they'll put something there even better, I'm sure.
Oh, there's a great cute ride there now, and it's super cute and it's super fun. But that's okay.
Yeah,
things change.
You love the nostalgia. I hear you, and I hear everybody listening. Dallas, I'm grateful that you spent time with us. Thank you for being here. Keep making music. Keep being an artist. Keep sharing it and being the light that you are out here. And everybody will be streaming and listening. And I appreciate my show's your show anytime.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for featuring people, nobodies like me, and sharing.
Yeah, nobody?
But come on, I mean, but still, I appreciate you highlighting and spotlighting people who are trying. You're really awesome for doing that.
We all are. I am. So I'm with you. I'm right in there next to you, rowing my own little boat as best as I can. So I'm here with you. Congrats.
I love it.
Congratulations. Keep going. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.